Good evening, fellow gamers. Welcome to another edition of Drathamus Gaming. I'm your host, Drathamus. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's the next game by Valve in the very successful franchise of Counter-Strike. And there are a ton of improvements, detriments. You can call it whichever you want. How about changes? This first one, you can tell, is a in-game implementation of the very famous modification for Gun Game. It has been renamed to Arms Race, and there are 26 levels. Whenever you gain a kill with that gun in your hands, you advance to the next level. And it starts out with SMGs, you move on to shotguns, rifles, LMGs, sniper rifles, and then down to pistols. And finally, the very last weapon is a golden knife. And you have to get a kill with the knife to win the round. It's slightly different from the popular mod for Counter-Strike Source or 1.6 in that there is no grenade level. Thankfully. I don't know who all has played Gun Game, but the grenade level is pretty much the worst, second to the knife. If you don't get any damage from your teammates on an enemy, you're not getting that grenade kill. So, thankfully that's out of here. There are, I wouldn't say a ton of new guns, but most of them have been like reworked or changed. The MP5 is now completely out of the game, but it's still used. There's a new gun in place. I believe it's the MP7A1, the personal defense weapon, that uses pretty much the exact same sound from Counter-Strike Source. I don't know if that's a placeholder or what, but it acts pretty much the same. But there's some interesting weapons, like that sawed-off that I just had. I'm not entirely sure if these view models are all final, but some of them look really weird. To me, the sawed-off looks way too tiny in the player's hands. And the way the knife is held looks funky to me. I don't know. That's just personal preference. I'm also really against change. Change is difficult for me. But the Galil is looking pretty sweet. It looks more modern instead of having the wooden architecture that it had before. It's more skeletal, I want to say. But FAMAS is still is finally actually kind of useful. The Galil just overshot it in Counter-Strike Source compared to the FAMAS, but it's pretty sweet. Scoping now really reduces the rate of fire. For the SIG 552 and the Steyr AUG alike, it would normally fire a lot slower in Counter-Strike Source, but now it seems to go a lot faster, or a lot slower rather, in Global Offensive. AWP is still pretty ridiculous. This is just Arms Race, so there are a lot of changes in the normal metagame as well. Like, weapons give you different score multipliers, or money multipliers rather. I'll talk more about that later. But this gun, the Negev, I don't know how to pronounce it, it's pretty ridiculous. It is a bullet hose and a half. Like, the first time I picked it up and started shooting, I couldn't hit crap because I was just outlining them with bullets instead of actually hitting anything. But here we're getting on to the last stretch, finally got to the pistols. There is the Tech 9. I'm sure that's Tech or TAC. It looks like a little submachine gun that fires semi-automatically, and it has a 30-round magazine right there. Got the kill with it. And I'm not entirely sure if that's to be a counter-terrorist pistol, like side order or counter-terrorist version of the Dual Elites, now known as the Dual Berettas. That's another thing that I'm glad Valve finally got. They have rights to the weapon names, so you're not running around with Kalashnikov. No, I can't even remember what the names were. Bullpup instead of Steyr AUG, or just AUG. But now we have a new semi-automatic rifle for the counter-terrorists. and that is a SCAR. I think that's to replace the old SIG. It has a 20-round mag instead of a 30. But I'm kind of enjoying that new Desert Eagle model, and that was freaking cheap. I know it's just a bot game, but when I spawn in and get shot in the head, I'm not a happy camper. I'm not really a camper, but a spawner. And I'm not gonna lie, these bots are on hard, and it's just, they are headshotting like crazy. It is just purely ridiculous. I'll pop my head out and bam, it's gone. Like right there. Headshot with an M4. Thank you, Mr. Dean. But here's the dual elites. I'm not digging how they look that much. They don't really look beefy. And here comes the amazing golden knife kill. Every time the match ends, it's really weird. It just kind of lags. I have no idea why. The game's like, not sure what do. But so far, I am thoroughly enjoying it. It may have its quirks, have its differences. Like, it's going to be consoleized. You can tell by the little pinwheel for the buying menu instead of just the buttons from Counter-Strike Source, or 1.6 rather. But I decided to do a normal match for you guys on the oh-so-popular CS Office. Everybody loves this. I was torn between Aztec and Office. They didn't have that one big house map whose name escapes me. And that was cheap. I don't know where all my teammates were. They just got obliterated. I was carrying everybody. But I'm going to go through here. You can tell the kill reward is 150% for all of the pistols despite what you get. So you're always going to get extra money for killing an enemy. And going through shotguns give 450%. And then the light machine guns are going to give 150%. I believe all the rifles are 150% other than the AWP. AWP only gives 25% of the kill reward. And here's a awesome feature. Right there, I died, got my ass handed to me, and there's a bot alive on my team. Instead of sitting there watching the bots fight each other for like 10 minutes to finally finish the game, when you're spectating, you can just hit E and bam, you're in the shoes of them, which I think is pretty nice. Here's the MP7, which is pretty much the exact replica of the MP5. I don't know why they took the MP5 out. I guess nobody liked it, or MP7's more modern. But sadly, we don't have Kleiner hosties anymore, or Black Mesa employees. They're actually guys that gotten beat up. And I'm just playing on the casual setting, so I spawn with 100% armor, so I have Kevlar and a helmet. And hostages do not give you money when you reach them. I'm not entirely sure if they give money when you deliver them on casual, but I just miss the "okay, let's go" for what they say before. That's his personal preference. And the M4 no longer has a silencer. You can't pop a silencer on and be more accurate anymore. It makes me sad. But it does look and sound a lot better. Like, it has the rail guards all over the whatever you want to call it, the barrel. And this guy right here, camping with an M249, pop him right in the head. Dark Corner McDougal's. But I'm digging it. There's finally no messed up ejection ports. I don't know if that bothered anybody else, but on the M4 in Counter-Strike Source, that was a horrible kill, by the way. The ejection port was in your face. I think just for cosmetic purposes or whatever, but it's finally on the right side now, so you're not shooting shells in your face. I have not swapped guns to the left side to see if it's the same for that, but I assume it is. And this new thing we have incendiary grenades and Molotovs. I honestly do not know the difference between the two. I've only thrown each of them once, and they both put fire on the ground. So I don't know. They might do the same thing. They just look cooler. And this thing, the Zeus, that literally took me like 3 games to finally get a kill with it. Costs $1,000, and it's like a shotgun, like a point blank, pretty much shotgun. You only get 1 shot with it, but if you hit an enemy, it's an instant kill. Oh man, I can't wait to see all the raging over that. People going like, oh my god, Zeus noob, or something like that. I can't wait to just get a friggin' grenade launcher in this game. Now we can call it Noob Tubes. It'd be like Call of Duty all over again. But the main thing that I'm trying to get down is the double recoil. That's what I've been calling it, at least. We have movement, and then we have actual gun recoil. Like, in 1.6, I mean, in Counter-Strike Source and 1.6, every time you shot, it just made your little crosshair flare out, and you just had to adjust to that. But now when you move, you have your normal crosshair, and if you walk or if you crouch, that's obviously going to be smaller, so you get a smaller cone of fire. But that little camper. Anyway, when you shoot, there's actually recoil, so you have to adjust to when your gun goes up and down, other than just sitting there and with an AK aiming at the ground, but all the bullets are actually flying forward to simulate recoil, but it's actually not. There's still some of that with Negev, the bullet hose, where I'll be aiming at somebody's feet and just lighting up, but it's all the bullets are going in their chest. I don't know the pure intentions with that, and that was the best incendiary grenade throw ever. If I actually made it into the freaking window, I would have killed like all of them, and that just made me cry. But there's actually the main settings for casual is a best of 10 round for the just standard play. This is just all hostage rescue. I don't have it set to demolition, and it's finally not based on maps, I believe. It's just the game type. So it's not DE Aztec, CS Assault, CS Office, DE Nuke, Inferno, whatever. It's just Inferno, Nuke, Office. There's no like defining factor. You just set it to what you want it to be. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. This is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Finally got the beta invite, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you will, and I'll see you guys next time.